Welcome. Quick overview, then 3 models. Imagine doing your PhD at home, but still getting access to a top lab in Europe, and graduating with joint supervision, or even a joint degree. Yes, this is real. And in this video, I will show you exactly how it works. If you are in Africa, Asia, or anywhere outside Europe, this can be a smart path. You stay connected to your home university. You keep access to your local data, patients, field sites, or archives. And you still build a European research network. Today, I will break it down step by step. Definitions, where to find options, who to contact, funding, visas and mobility, and the timeline from I am curious to I am enrolled. First, what are we even talking about? People use many words for the same idea, so let's make it clear. A Cotutelle is usually a binational PhD arrangement. 2 universities, 2 supervisors, 1 doctoral project. You can be enrolled at both universities, and you follow a written agreement. That agreement covers things like how long you stay in each country, how supervision works, and how the thesis and defense are organized. Now, a joint doctoral program can mean something bigger. A structured program run across institutions, not just a one-student agreement. And the sandwich PhD is different. In a sandwich model, you are mainly registered at your home university, but you do planned research phases abroad, often in 1 or more blocks. Then you finish and graduate at home. Here's the important takeaway. These are all dual location strategies. But the paperwork, funding, and admission steps can be very different. Now, the big question. Where do you find these opportunities? Step 1 is boring, but it is powerful. Type these keywords into Google plus your field. Cotutelle PhD, binational doctorate, joint supervision doctorate, joint doctorate program. Then go to university pages, not blogs, not random forums, real doctoral school pages. Step 2 is to search for funded European doctoral positions, especially projects that already include international mobility. If you want EU-funded doctoral vacancies, there is a simple rule. You do not apply to Europe as one person. You apply to specific open PhD positions. Many of these are published on a research jobs portal. Step 3 is to check research training groups. Some are designed for cross-border doctoral training, with reciprocal research visits. And step 4 is to check university alliances. Some alliances run Cotutelle fellowships across member universities. Now let's talk about who to contact, because this is where most people get stuck. In a dual location PhD, you usually need 3 yes answers. Yes number 1, a home supervisor, or a home department that supports your project. Yes number 2, a host supervisor in Europe, someone who actually wants to work with you, and has space, funding, or at least lab access. Yes number 3, the doctoral offices, because even if 2 professors say yes, the universities must approve the format, and the agreement must match their rules. Here is the outreach strategy that works. Start with alignment. Pick a research topic that clearly needs both locations. For example, data collection at home, lab analysis in Europe, or a comparison study across 2 regions. Then build a short list of 6 to 12 potential supervisors, not 50. Quality beats quantity, and send a short email, not a long life story. 1-page energy. In the description, I will include templates, but here is the structure. You say who you are. You say your research idea in 3 lines. You say why their lab is the perfect fit. You propose a call, and you ask one clear question. Are you open to co-supervising a dual-location doctorate? Let's talk funding, because joint supervision is not the same as joint funding. There are two big routes. Route 1. You find a fully funded PhD position that already includes mobility. For example, doctoral networks in Europe can recruit PhD candidates. Some of them even lead to joint or multiple degrees. Route 2. You build a funding stack, home support plus travel support plus a host contribution. In Germany, one common logic is the sandwich-style doctorate. Home university registration, research phases in Germany, joint academic advising, and completion at home. In the UK, another route is studentships, but always check the fee reality. Some funding covers tuition up to the home fee rate. If you are charged international fees, you may need other support for the difference. And don't ignore mobility add-ons. In some contexts, Erasmus Plus supports mobility periods for doctoral candidates, often as a supplement. Now the mobility and visa reality. I will keep this high level, because your nationality changes the details. For Germany, there are two common pathways: doctorate student visa, or research stay visa if you are employed or under a research agreement. The key is, your documents must match your real situation. For the UK, a full PhD usually needs the student visa route, and that starts with the CUS. For short research visits relevant to an overseas course, there is also standard visitor guidance for research. But always confirm what you are allowed to do. Also, for certain sensitive research fields, the UK uses ATAS. If your field is on the list, you may need an ATAS certificate before you start. And for travel across much of Europe, remember Schengen rules. Short stays are usually limited to 90 days in any 180-day period across the Schengen area. Longer stays generally require national visas or residence permits. So how do you make the PhD fit together in real life? You need a written agreement. It should answer simple questions. Where are you enrolled? Who supervises what? How do you split your time? How do you handle ethics approval and data access? What happens at the defense? And what degree do you receive? Many universities describe this as a binding agreement. It can include periods of stay, examination rules, and even the language of the thesis. In some Cotutelle formats, you defend one thesis that is recognized by both institutions. Your goal is clarity before year one starts. Let's close with common mistakes. Mistake 1. You email 100 professors with one generic message. Don't do that. Mistake 2. You ignore the doctoral office until the end. Bring them in early. Mistake 3. You assume mobility and visas will be easy. Start planning early, especially if you need appointments and processing time. If you want my outreach emails, checklist, and timeline, check the description. And comment the word dual PhD. I will pin the resources. Also, subscribe, because the next video will be about writing a one-page research proposal that supervisors actually read.